Welcome back. I'm Kelsey Fabian. Jeff Gray joins us this morning from the Thunder Bay Marine Sanctuary. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning. It's great to be here.
How are you today?
I'm great. Beautiful day in Alpena.
Yeah, it's been a beautiful week.
Oh, it's been incredible.
So now you are here to talk about mooring buoys.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about those.
Well, this weather's helped us out. So the sanctuary maintains about 32 mooring buoys. These are basically buoys, large buoys that float above the shipwrecks, and we place them above the shipwrecks so people can find them. And this week our dive team has been out deploying these across the wrecks in the 3 counties.
And now how do these buoys stay?
Well, they're attached to about a 1,000-pound weight that we set next to the shipwreck. That comes up by a chain, and then the buoy floats above the wreck, and it marks it. You know, if you think of the sanctuary as a park, this is the trail. This is how we get there. It's a huge area out there. These wrecks are relatively small to the sanctuary, so this helps the divers, the kayakers, the snorkelers find the sites.
And now do you leave, because 1,000 pounds, that's pretty heavy.
It is.
Do you leave that out there?
Yeah. Well, it's heavy, and that's one of the tricks of this is how do you set 1,000 pounds next to a fragile wooden shipwreck that could be 110 feet underwater, and that's part of what we do. But once the weight's down, we leave the weight down, and then we just detach the buoy each season.
And why don't the buoys go out in the winter?
Well, because of the ice, and the ice can grab the buoys, drag the chain, put it into the wreck, destroy the buoy. So our teams go in and out every year, which is a great opportunity for us to check the condition of the wrecks and see how they're doing.
And how long does it take them to go and set up the buoys?
You know, the setting of the weight is the tricky part, and that's a you know, it can be a couple-day process per wreck. But once we get them in, our dive teams are great, and they can do several wrecks in a day. And this weather has been absolutely perfect for us, and they're reporting great visibility out there on the shipwrecks. If you go to our Facebook page, you can see just some absolutely stunning images of the wrecks.
Is the water still pretty chilly? You said your son went swimming
in it.
Yes,
my son went swimming last night. He wanted to be the first one in Alpena to go swimming. And it was chilly. It's chilly. It's probably about 41 right now on some of the wrecks. And,
I'm not going swimming.
But you know what we see happen is the shallow water warms up. The deep sites, they generally stay in the high 30s throughout the year. It doesn't fluctuate that much, but the snorkeling sites and kayak sites will quickly warm up with the weather we've been having.
Have you guys had to put any of the 1,000 pounds weights out this season? Or?
We haven't do that. We usually, our first surge is to get the main sites that the kayakers use, the glass bottom boat uses, and the divers use as our first one. Then we add a couple each year when we need a larger vessel to come set that weight down, and that usually happens later in the summer.
Okay. And so these buoys, they help, you said snorkelers, divers.
So it's great for the tourism that we do, and you'll see these buoys. Some of them are right off our parks, right off State Street. You can see that people wonder what that white thing marks, and it marks a shipwreck, and you can go to our website and see what it is. But it helps the divers find the sites, and now that we see kayaking coming up somewhere, because the water is so clear, you can go over these sites, kayak and just look down or snorkel them. It helps the people find those sites. But then for the divers, it's safety as well. It's when their boat anchors to this, we have a tagline, we call it, a line that floats off from the buoy. So you just tie your boat off to the buoy and no need to anchor. What we've seen in the past is anchor damage. When people anchor onto the wreck, it hooks into the wreck and can tear it up. So it's better safety, better protection for the wrecks, and encourages people to go visit the sites.
And for the divers, the buoys mark the boundaries of where it starts, or?
We place it, it depends on each wreck, but it's literally right next to the wreck, so as you descend the line, which is a great experience if you haven't dove, but just going down and all of a sudden you see this wreck appear, and it basically takes you right down. It's an elevator down.
So you kind of follow it down.
You swim down on the line, and as you go there, you'll find the wreck. Right there, yeah. So it's an incredible experience to see.
And you said there's 32 of them?
There's about 32 of them, yeah, this year.
And how far do they spread out?
They go from all the way to Rogers City down into Alcona County, and from 8 feet of water to 110 feet of water. So we have them all over the place.
And how long have you been doing the buoys for?
For about 10 years. 10 years, and we've gradually added a couple every year, and now we have most of the major wrecks done and the major attractions. Some sites we actually have 2 on because the site is either so large or because there's a lot of folks diving those particular shipwrecks.
And do you have to replace the buoys every so often?
We do. There's a lot of maintenance that goes to it. The wave action will affect the chain, and so part of what our dive team's doing right now is assessing all of the gear to make sure it's safe for the coming dive season. And
they've already put some out?
They have, yeah. So
when will they be done, do you think?
Usually we shoot to have them all in by Memorial Day weekend, but if this weather keeps up, we'll beat that easily. So it's so weather dependent.
And when does diving usually start for you? When you start getting a lot of people coming out diving?
Usually some of the hardcore local people will start right away, but usually we see the visitors start coming in mid-June once that water warms up a little bit.
Once it's not 41 degrees.
That's right. But in July and August, it will really pick up.
All right. Well,
yeah,
thank
it's
you so much
spectacular.
for being here.
Oh, thank you. We'll get you on a buoy.
Oh, yeah.
All right, thanks.
I really want to go on a glass bottom boat tour.
Oh, we will get you on one this year.
Oh, well, thank you.